I heard the maddest Tottenham transfer story yet yesterday. That being that to try and hurry along the Eberechi Eze signing, Don Fabio Paratici is now working on behalf of Crystal Palace to try to help them find a replacement. Levy has loaned the Don out. Now, of course, sometimes you have to take some of these ITK stories with a pinch of salt, but it does show how the levels of negotiation hardball that are being played between Steve Parish and Daniel Levy are just getting to nuclear levels in an attempt to try and thrash this out. And they were rumored to be in a room yesterday morning actually trying to get the deal done, and yet still we're short of a here we go. All the latest on that and all of the rest of the Tottenham transfer tittle tattle on today's episode of Daily Tottenham Transfer News. Guys, thank you so much for watching and listening wherever you are. If you're on YouTube, please do drop this video a like. Please do subscribe to the channel and come and join me on BigUp for my live watch-alongs and live interviews with other Tottenham content creators. All the details of how are in the top line of the description box. Come and join my community there. And we can watch the Tottenham games together, and you can get in the comments, and also you can also come on live and ask me questions live during half times of the watch alongs. Like I said, join BigUp, it's in the description box below. But let's get started with the latest on the Eberechi Eze saga. Now let's think about this, Spurs fans. When was the last time I was calling a Tottenham transfer situation a saga? Oh yes, Morgan Gibbs White. Surely we're not going to be left high and dry like we were with that. We're not going to be getting memed once again as we chase another brilliant English international midfield forward. The latest from David Ornstein this morning says that Tottenham Hotspur talks with Crystal Palace over Eberechi Eze deal are ongoing. Spurs are pursuing an agreement as Palace continue their replacement search. And that rings with everything that I've read over the last 24 hours, that basically it's nearly there. It's nearly done, but Palace will not sell him until they have a replacement. And they're quite keen to keep Eberechi Eze and indeed Mark Gay around the club until after the Europa Conference League playoff, which is this Thursday night. Fabrizio Romano, the transfer don, said this on DAZN's YouTube channel last night. Tottenham have bid £55 million plus £5 million in add-ons for Eberechi Eze. Crystal Palace do want more than this, but negotiations are advancing. I give the deal an 85% chance of happening. I mean, 85% is high, but also when you're a Tottenham Hotspur fan, all you're thinking about is that 15%, aren't you? And as I've said before, I just do fear that the longer we let this go on, the more we're kind of potentially playing into Arsenal's hands. And the worst thing that could happen to Tottenham, and you can clip this up if you want, because I'm calling it, it would be the very worst thing that could happen, is we do all of this negotiating. And then at the end, once a deal is agreed, Eze's agent just goes to Arsenal and says, this is the deal that Palace have accepted. All you have to do is match it. They match it. And then Eze goes, I'll join Arsenal, thanks. They're my childhood club. They're the club I played for as a kid. They released me, and I want to prove to them that they made a mistake. But I think Eze, the best way to prove to them what a mistake they've made, just as Harry Kane did, is to come to Spurs and be the main man. Matt Law said sources close to negotiations believe that Tottenham are edging their way towards clinching the signing of Eberechi Eze from Crystal Palace in a deal which is expected to be finalised at just under £60 million. For goodness sake, Daniel. It's Tuesday morning. We've got Man City, Saturday lunchtime. Just put in a few million quid more. Just do it. Just do it. Say, I'll give you £3 million more if you accept the deal now. Just do it. Reports from Italy say Spurs and Crystal Palace are getting close to an agreement for Eze. However, a deal is not expected to be finalised on Monday. Well, that's yesterday and it wasn't. Further discussions on certain details related to payment terms are set to take place. Ben Jacobs, another reputable reporter, says the deal has stalled due to Crystal Palace not having a replacement lined up. Well, stalled, I think, is a strong word. But yeah, as I said, all reports that they're waiting to get a replacement in first, and they're close to getting the Leicester player that they wanted, the number 10 from Leicester, and are going for Harvey Elliott as well. Jacobs goes on to say, Spurs still believe that Eberechi Eze will be their player once the transfer window shuts, but we don't want to wait till the end of the transfer window. Get him in now, Levy. For goodness sake. These reports are just like every single hour you hear something more. It's just frustrating. Almost agreed in principle, other reports. Okay, something interesting came out overnight, though, which is that we're not just going for Eberechi Eze. We've also made an approach to sign Mark Gay in the last 48 hours, as have Newcastle. Liverpool have balked at what Crystal Palace want for their captain, Mark Gay, which is £45 million. Liverpool refused to pay more than £35 million. Of course, he's only got 1 year left on his deal. So it's an interesting dance, isn't it? Because Palace will need to sell this summer to get the most they possibly can for him. And realistically, he's going to wait for Liverpool, isn't he? But anyway, Spurs made an approach. It's believed that Mark Gay has rejected the move as he's waiting for Liverpool to make an offer. If Tottenham get a bid accepted, just go 100 million. Just go 100 million. Say, we'll give you 100 million for Gay and Eze, 2 England internationals. 100 million pounds. That's 50 million pounds each. Like, yes, just do it, Levy. Stop pissing around. Other Tottenham transfer talk yesterday, and now this is an interesting one. Came out kind of late afternoon from Guillem Balaguer, very trusted Spanish journalist, of course. He says that Manchester City have decided that Savinho will stay, which kills any possibility of Rodrigo joining Manchester City, who never made a concrete bid for him because it was depending on Savinho leaving. Now, a lot of Tottenham content creators are suggesting that this Savinho news may have come a little early. Now, I'm recording this at 8:30 on Tuesday morning, so this may be void by the time you watch it. But until I see Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein come out and say Savinho is definitely not leaving Manchester City, I'm going to kind of hold fire on this, because I do think Man City are playing a little bit of hardball. They want to get to £70 million for Savinho, and obviously Daniel Levy also playing hardball, keeping his plates in the air, plates spinning. And so I think Savinho is still a possibility, but I think Tottenham are probably moving on to other potential wide forward options as well. Before I move on to the other big news, the biggest news of yesterday, once again, guys, if you haven't already, please do press like on this video on YouTube. Please do subscribe to the channel and press that notification button so you get a notification every time my Tottenham transfer news videos drop. And also, once again, please do come over to BigUp. Join my platform there. It's where I'm going to be doing live interviews and all the watch-alongs for every Tottenham game this season. It's a really great platform. All you have to do is click on the link in the description box, fill in your email address, and then you can join the platform. Join me for all of those watch-alongs and get involved in the comments. And you can ask live video questions to me during halftime on actual video screen. You can be part of the show. And also, very excitingly with BigUp, they're about to launch an individual fantasy Premier League game where for every watch along we do, we can all play an individual fantasy Premier League game for that game. So we pick 11 players from that game, and then whoever wins the league based on the picks that they make wins the money that's in the pot. So worth joining BigUp to come and play that as it starts in the next few weeks. All right, so a huge shock, I think it's fair to say, for everyone yesterday. Christian Romero, our captain, our leader, signed a new deal at Tottenham Hotspur. And frankly, considering this was a player who, to all intents and purposes, we thought was angling for a move to La Liga, for most of the last few months, he looked absolutely ecstatic. He signed a deal that'll last till 2029. He released a video of his leadership values for the club. He did an interview. Spurs have made him the club's highest earner with our most significant new contract that we've given out for 4 years. And it is a huge boost to the club. And of course, he should be our highest earner. He's our best player. He's our captain. So I think basically what they'll have done is given Romero what Sonny was on, which all reports suggest was about £200,000 a week. Christian Romero said this: "After winning the Europa League, it is a special season now. We want to win. Why not win again this season? Another trophy with the club is important for everyone. The last 2 weeks, first as captain and now signing the new contract with the club, for me, it is a fantastic decision. It's my first time as captain. It was incredible for me. Going to the pitch with my son on Saturday, it was special for me. I love football. I love this club. It was special for me going on the pitch with him. My message to the fans is thank you for amazing support every day and every match. It is important for the team. I'm very happy here at the club. For me, this club is the best in the world. I love football. I love this club." I mean, honestly, one of the best bits of news we've had at Spurs for so long. Those of you who've been watching my videos regularly over the summer, I've been saying, haven't I? Offer Christian Romero the captaincy. Say to him, we want you to lead us into a brave new world where you can drag us, like you've dragged Argentina numerous times to trophies. You can drag us to more trophies. and you can have the responsibility of the club. And it clears up, I think, so many issues that we've had with Romero, not only, whether he wanted to move abroad back to go to Spain, to Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid, but also, that little lingering doubt we've had where do we wonder whether he cares more about Argentina than he does for Spurs? He seems to get injured a lot when he's not playing for Argentina and then is magically fit again. Well, I think giving him the armband, giving him the responsibility of the whole club on the pitch and off the pitch, it will stop that stuff from happening. And I have to say, maybe naively, I don't know, but I'm really excited for this Man City game on Saturday. I just think Romero will get us going into those games and absolute full whack, full steam ahead, getting in those players and saying we need to win these games. Very, very exciting news. Thomas Frank was also really happy about it. He said extremely happy. He's a very important player for us. Just been named captain, so that speaks for itself. For me, he's one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League, and to have him locked down long-term, every fan, me, staff should be extremely happy. It also shows he's committed to the journey we're on and the future and the bits we're building together, so I'm very happy. I always thought he was one of the better centre-backs. Then you realise when you get to work with him closely for the past 6 weeks, you get to know the person a little bit, and also clearly his strength and development areas. What he can bring on the ball, he's extremely composed, finds the right passes, his aggression in duels, and the commitment and willingness to win for the team. Defending in the box is extremely good, and then he's also a set-piece threat. He will thrive under this captaincy. No doubt it was something he was hoping to be and wanted to be. When you have that approach, normally people take another step up and really want to go to the next level in terms of leadership. I've no doubt he will drive the team and players and help in any way he can. There's more responsibility, and we also need to remember he's a young leader, so he will learn and become even better. For me, just, yes, we're all waiting on this Eze deal, and we'd love to get Savinho over the line as well, and maybe one or two others, but tying Christian Romero down and giving him the captaincy and making him really believe in this project and tell us how much he loves the club, that is one of the hugest things that could have happened to Tottenham, because we all know we've been sniffing around other centre-backs in the fear that we'll get an offer for Romero that would be acceptable, and now we can just put that to bed. I said it yesterday, maybe there's a release clause in that contract, and if there is, then it's going to be high. And if you're Christian Romero, he's got a lot of pride and belief in himself, then he will think to himself, well, if I play so well that Real Madrid are going to offer £125 million and get my release clause, then that's what I deserve. And I think Tottenham would be happy with that somewhere down the line as well. So we're covered. We're not going to have another Sol Campbell situation anytime in the next 2 years. We have a captain who really wants this. And now let's watch him drag us up the league and maybe to more trophies, hopefully. Okay, more news. Brian Hill and Manor Solomon are on Bologna's list of potential forward signings. Also yesterday, double good news actually. Jed Spence signed a new long-term contract as well. What a kind of turnaround for Jed Spence. Only a year ago that Tottenham were basically hoping Genoa were going to pay a kind of £9 million agreed loan fee, which they didn't after he was on loan there. His deal runs till 2029 with an option to extend for a further season. He said this: "It's been a roller coaster road. I've been resilient, and fast forward, I'm here now. I'm playing and I'm happy, so I'm just over the moon." Jed Spence has been absolutely outstanding for Spurs. He is growing as a left back. He obviously offers rotational options for both right back and left back. I think he defends better as a left back because he likes kind of allowing players to cut onto the inside so he can then defend with his right foot. But I think more attacking wise, he's better from the right, offers us more balance there. On the left, when he's playing left back, I feel we're a little kind of one dimensional when the ball gets out there and he has to come inside, but he can play a ball down the line as well. And he's just been playing really well this season so far. So I'm all here for it. And I think, once again, Jed Spence, another example of a player who needs an arm around the shoulder, and Thomas Frank is that guy. Put his arm around the shoulder. Doesn't mean that he can't be stern when he needs to be, as we've seen with Yves Bissouma. But in general, I think Spence needs the carrot rather than the stick. And so we've got the manager in who will be able to develop that player further. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if Spence gets an England call up sometime in the next few months. Also, wheels in motion for a new contract for Rodrigo Bentancur, another player that Thomas Frank loves. He's only got this year left on his contract, and I think signing him up for another 3 years or so would make sense. Okay, just before I go, I thought there was an interesting piece, bit of a piece that Ali Gold did yesterday, talking about who was sat next to Daniel Levy at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Saturday. Obviously, there's been a lot of boardroom upheaval in the summer with Donna Marie Cullen leaving the club. Lots of talk about Joe Lewis now having kind of almost fully handed the reins over to the trust, which is run by his children. Ali Gold said this: back inside the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Levy had a very powerful person sat alongside him in the director's box. It was Vivian Lewis, who sits on the board of the Tavistock Group, the investment organisation that has among its portfolio the English National Investment Company, which Tottenham fans will know better by its acronym ENIC. Levy's son, Josh Levy, is a co-chief executive officer of Tavistock. Vivian Lewis is a senior managing director, as is her brother Charles. They are both the children of former Tottenham owner Joe Lewis. Well, I'd say, Joe Lewis is kind of still the Tottenham owner, although he's passed those shares into the group. So, maybe not, but certainly still involved, but his children kind of taking the reins. Ali Gold goes on to say, Vivian Lewis has attended numerous Tottenham matches over the years and is known to many as Viv. Okay. Those who've spoken to her inside the stadium say she's down to earth and a fun presence. Fine. It's worth noting that when it comes to who owns Spurs, ENIC owns 87% of the club's shares. Levy and his family are potential beneficiaries of discretionary trusts, which own 30% of that, while another discretionary trust, of which certain members of Joe Lewis's family are potential beneficiaries, ultimately own the other 70%. So it's interesting that his daughter Vivian's presence at Saturday's game comes at a time when investment is expected this summer, with a number of people within Spurs tipping ENIC to provide a hefty injection of capital, with some suggestions it could be as much as £120 million. So just a little bit of insight there into how the changes in the boardroom are coming around, where the investment is potentially coming from. Obviously, there's all this talk as well of a big stadium naming rights sponsorship deal coming in. So if those two things come in together, maybe that is why Tottenham are sniffing around for making maybe 2 or 3 more signings. But I'll just end this video by saying once again, we need to get this as a deal over the line. I think for the fan base, need to try and push for Savinho properly as well and give Man City what they want for him. But my fear is that Tottenham just won't. That's not the way they play. And I'd say, maybe we'll get Eze over the line this window, but will we get more over the line? I'm not so sure, but fingers crossed. Let's stay positive. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Do give that video a like if you haven't already on YouTube. Press the subscribe button and the notification bell, and do come and join me in the community at BigUp. All details of how in the description box below. Just click that link and add in your email address and press the join the community button. All right, guys, enjoy your Tuesday. Come on, you Spurs.